Rolex waiting lists, shrouded in myths and half-truths, are essentially just a bunch of names kept by authorized dealers. But what if I tell you you can dodge this whole queue and snag your Rolex right now? You see, dealers jot down who's eyeing which models and use this info when they get new stock. If you've tried to score a new Rolex from an authorized dealer lately, you've run smack into the infamous Rolex waitlist. I mean, it's a chaotic system that varies wildly from dealer to dealer, deciding who gets their watch and when. If you've got a history of big spending or a cozy relationship with the dealer, your wait is shorter. As for newbies, they might be in for a long haul. The most sought-after watches come with the longest waits, while the less popular ones might not have a wait at all. It's like trying to get into an exclusive club. If you're not a regular, you're stuck in line. In today's video from the opulent Oasis, we're diving into some of your burning questions, like whether this year might finally spell the end of Rolex waitlists in ads, and if it's time to swap your Tudor for a Rolex. So stick around until the end of this video. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, go ahead and hit that button to stay updated with our latest content. First, let's tackle the big question. Is 2024 the year we say goodbye to Rolex waitlists? Well, it's a bit complicated and involves understanding the twists and turns of the luxury watch market. Just last year, Rolex authorized dealers started seeing more watches coming their way. This boost in supply is thanks to Rolex opening a new manufacturing plant, bumping up their production from 1 million watches a year to 1.3 million. Yeah, even the top dog in luxury watches felt the need to crank out more to keep up with the relentless demand. So with 300,000 extra Rolex watches hitting the market each year, finding one at retail should slowly get easier. But let's not kid ourselves. It's still a Rolex. You might have better luck finding a unicorn at your local pet store. But let's look at the demand side, which adds an interesting twist. The luxury watch market, once sizzling hot, seems to be cooling off a bit. While that might sound bad for Rolex, it could actually be a blessing in disguise. If demand softens just enough, supply might finally catch up, leading to shorter wait times for some models. But let's not get too excited. It's a delicate balance. A big drop in the market could hurt Rolex's brand image, which is a huge part of their success. Before we jump into our story, why not join the opulent Oasis community by subscribing? Stay ahead with our top-notch content. Let's get back into it. Even with these potential shifts, Rolex still holds a special place in the luxury watch world. Their brand prestige and lasting allure are second to none. This means that the demand for iconic models, like the Daytona or the Hulk Submariner, is still through the roof. These watches will probably keep their long wait times, maybe even for years. Trying to snag one of these is like trying to catch a leprechaun at the end of a rainbow. Good luck. So will the Rolex waitlist drag on until the end of 2024? The answer isn't straightforward. It could go either way, depending on a bunch of factors, especially how people perceive the market. Let's take a trip down memory lane to get some idea on the big picture. Before 2018, Rolex authorized dealers usually had plenty of stock sitting in their display cases. Sure, Rolex was popular, but there was enough supply to go around. But as demand for certain models heated up, retailers started setting aside these prized watches for their top clients, keeping them out of sight in the back room instead of on display for everyone. By 2020, demand had gone through the roof and dealers couldn't afford to stash these models away anymore. They had to sell every watch they had because the demand was just that intense. Now, with a bit of cooling in the market, it's possible we might see some changes, but don't hold your breath just yet. Trying to predict the Rolex waitlist is like trying to guess the weather. There are just too many variables. Basically, our take on the Rolex waitlist for 2024 is like watching a pendulum swing on a clock. It started with plenty of watches available, then swung to the other extreme with long waitlists. Now we think the pendulum is starting to swing back. But don't get too excited. Before we see Rolex watches back in abundance on display, retailers might play the old trick of stashing certain models, or even their whole stock, in the back to keep up the appearance of scarcity. We're betting it'll be late 2025 before you see a plentiful supply of Rolexes in retail cases. So while the wait lists might start to ease up in 2024, don't expect them to vanish overnight. Let's dive into the juicy topic of Rolex availability this year. It's a fascinating and complex question, but based on recent trends, it seems Rolexes are becoming more accessible. However, don't expect dealers to make it a breeze. Even with increased supply and slightly cooled demand, the allure of exclusivity is still key. You might get the call for certain models sooner than before, but dealers will still play the waiting game to keep that illusion alive. Especially for those coveted sports models, the wait might still be there, just not as painfully long. It's all about keeping up appearances. Despite the game, expect the wait times for Rolexes to shrink this year. Now, the huge demand for Rolex watches boils down to a couple of solid reasons: their unrivaled technical precision and their stellar knack for holding value over time. Rolex is synonymous with meticulous engineering, crafting durable and accurate timepieces that pass rigorous tests to meet high-quality standards. Each watch that hits the market is a testament to exceptional craftsmanship, proudly bearing the iconic Rolex crown logo. Plus, these watches are built to endure for decades, which means they maintain their value for years. This makes snagging a Rolex not just a purchase, but a smart investment in quality. But let's move into some tactics for managing the waitlist, because clearly you're here for some insider tips. First off, get cozy with an authorized dealer. Making a connection and showing a genuine interest in the brand could really play to your advantage. Being a faithful customer might just bump you up the list to get that much-awaited call when your desired watch is ready. In the exclusive world of limited releases, a friendly face can be your golden ticket. Also, why not widen your view in the luxury watch realm? The high-end watch world extends far beyond Rolex, with other illustrious brands like Omega, Patek Philippe, or Grand Seiko offering their own masterpieces of craftsmanship and timeless designs, often without the long waits. Venturing into these options might just uncover a gem that's perfectly your style. And remember, even if your heart beats for Rolex, sometimes the real treasures are those hidden off the well-trodden path. And isn't a little treasure hunt part of the fun? Navigating the 2024 Rolex waitlist might still have its hitches, but it's looking less intense than in prior years. Here are a few tips to help you glide through. First, keep it real when chatting with your sales associate. They genuinely enjoy dealing with true enthusiasts and often go the extra mile for those who display authentic interest. Second, be transparent about your relationship with the authorized dealer. Scoring the ultra-desirable stainless steel Daytona, the rock star of Rolex watches, might be a stretch. Honest talks can set realistic expectations, which usually lead to happier endings. Plus, let's face it, managing your expectations might just save you from a watch-sized heartbreak. Third, pack some patience and understanding. Dealers are eager to sell watches but are also under plenty of pressure. They're ready to help you secure your dream watch, so staying cool and not pushing too hard will make the process smoother for everyone. In the end, while 2024 might not completely do away with Rolex waitlists, increased production and a slightly softer market give us cautious optimism. For the dedicated collector, building relationships and exploring other luxury watch options are still key strategies. Remember, the journey to owning a coveted timepiece is often just as rewarding as the watch itself. And hey, sometimes patience really does pay off. So, what do you think about the topic we covered in this video? If you enjoyed it, we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment and give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great content. Thanks for watching the Opulent Oasis, and we can't wait to have you with us in our upcoming videos. And don't forget, sharing is caring, so let us know your thoughts.